All right, hello and welcome. I am Sheex, and I'll be running Ogre Battle, the March of the Black Queen for SNES. Behind me on the couch, I have Boxer, who is our resident expert on Ogre Battle. He does all of our research into RNG and digging through the assembly code that we need to solve this enigma of a game. And then next to him, I have my lovely wife, Greystone. She is actually a Safari Hunt speedrunner for the Sega Master System and helps me with Ogre Battle on occasion, and so she's here as well. Before we begin, audience, I know there's not a lot of you out there, but in Ogre Battle, one of the things that we do, one of the objectives of the game is to run around and liberate cities because we are leading the rebellion. And there are 3 different text lines that you can get in the game when you liberate a city. One of them is if your reputation is high, the people are very excited and they say yay, and that's what we're going to be hearing for the most part in this run. If you play the game casually and you sort of level up like normal, you tend to be evil in this game. When you liberate a city and you're evil, they will boo you, right? They'll boo, okay? But if you're right in the middle, if you're right in that sweet spot, my favorite spot when I was leveling, because I found this hilarious, okay? They will be very unenthused with you, and then they will say, yay, okay? They'll give you a very unenthused yay. And so when I liberate a city in the game, I'm gonna say liberation, and I want you to give me your best 4 a.m. unenthused yay. So let's try it. Liberation.
Yay.
All right, that's beautiful. Okay. Just one more thing I wanted to say before we start. Ogre Battle is a very random game, okay? So much random that we could just miss every attack on every boss, and it's just not gonna go well. And so the good news here is I can save after every map, and I hope that we don't have to reload, but it is possible, so we'll see how it goes. All right, we are ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so those incentives, it is time to enter that name. What do we got?
Well, I'm happy to announce that the name that won is Shrek.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's never Ogre. Okay, and what did we get for the gender?
We are playing as a female today.
Oh, we are a female Shrek, okay.
Yes.
I love it. This is just great. Okay, so that is the absolute best card I could get right here at the start. Very excited to get a Magician. So Warren here is going to give us 7 random cards, and we need these cards. They sort of function like summons in Final Fantasy games. They help us through the battles, and we're going to be using a lot of them to get through these battles where we are severely underleveled as a speed run. I always thought this was a cool way to start off a game. He's asking questions about how, how you would be as a leader. And this is actually very important because it determines what kind of lord you get at the end. And we need a phantom lord. And so I am answering these questions with very specific answers to get a phantom lord at least 99% of the time. If I answer all these questions correctly, ooh, this is not so great. If I get all these questions correct and we hit that 1%, I do have to reset the game because we just can't speedrun it if we're not a phantom lord. Phantom Lords are very useful for their amount of health and intelligence, and it allows these cards to do a lot of damage. Last card, Hangman, that's fine. We can work with this. So that last card is important because we kind of have a D&D thing going on with the Lord, where the Lord has plus and minus all of the stats, and that very last, that 7th card determines how our stats will move, either plus or minus, and Hangman gives us plus with some of the stats that we need, so it should be fine. This first map here, Castle of Warren, is sort of the introduction. It showed you the boss over there, and it's like, hey, run to the boss. Well, that's actually not the solution on this map. If you run to the boss, it'll say, Warren will say something like, you should probably go explore the map and find out, people that you can recruit. Did you say something like that, boss? Yeah. And so, yeah, and what he's hinting at is that there is a hidden town right up here with someone that we can recruit. His name is Lons. And I think it's sort of an elegant introduction to, hey, there are hidden things on the map. You should go look. This is the only map in the game where none of the units are being sent to take our base, thankfully, because we are not defending it. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Okay. So not only does Magician give us bonus stats that we really want, it's just one of the best damage cards for the early game. And so Lon says, yeah, you guys leading a rebellion, I'm gonna come with you. And instead of sending the leader at the boss, we're gonna send Lon's just because he's closer. And so here we go. So in Ogre battles, if you had seen the speed run a little while back on Unicorn Overlord, this has the same sort of pretense where we do not control the characters. We instead sort of set the tactics and let them fight. And so Boxer, would you explain the 4 tactics?
Right, so the 2 that you'll see in the speed run, they switch between leader and weak. And leader, they'll hit the leader if it's within their range of their attack to target. But why weak he switched here is every attack that lands does 4 additional damage, which really adds up throughout the entire game. But then if somebody else has a lower HP, you can't use it because you want to hit the boss. And strong is the reverse, where you'll do 4 less damage, but then you take 4 less damage. So it's very defensive, which we don't. Well, there's a obscure case if you might want strong, but it's leader or weak all the way. And best is very mysterious. We have theories on how it works.
Yeah.
It's an open mystery. Like I have the subroutine of where it is. And then there are HP ties, which is another mess to deal with.
So by the way, we almost lost that fight to 1 wizard, by the way, just to give you an idea. If you saw my reaction, yeah, you can just go in and miss every single attack. And if you lose that fight, it'll back you out and you have to run back in and do it again, which is not a huge problem on that map, but it can be a huge problem moving forward. Okay, so we love to look at the names here. They have totally random names. This guy is Zet. Barney. A Watt. Okay. Let's see who else we got. So Warren gave us a whole army, and we're sort of managing that right now to get going. That wizard's name was Musashi.
I'm always impressed by how fast Sheex edits this. Like, editing is a real skill in this. Like, you have to practice. I mean, I practice, and I can't go this fast.
Okay. Yeah, my dream has always been at GDQ to show off one of the really funny names. So they're just totally random words. Like, the soldiers can be named like garlic or pizza. A wizard can be named Bob. It's just great. All right, so we're gonna go take our town right here. And this makes me realize I missed our first liberation, so let's get it here. Liberation.
Yay.
There we go. Beautiful. All right, Fortune, that's a bad card. I will be explaining what these cards do as I use them in battle. Fortune is just not very good for us. This has the whole Link to the Past thing going on where it says, should I repeat that? And you can say yes forever and they'll just keep talking. We don't want that. All right, so we want 2 heals, 4 revives, and 2 summons. Heals and revives aren't really part of the speed run. That's sort of a safety thing. But the summons are very important. That's an item called Grand Summon. And it's sort of similar to Fire Emblem, where they have like the warp spell. And what it'll do is it'll take all your deployed units and it'll plop them right on the leader, which is very important for, it's gonna be very important for Shrek here. We need to summon those people. Okay, Pirate Hat, that's one of the worst items in the game. So we're just not gonna use that. We can't sell it. It's not very good to equip it. We only have 1 more opportunity at a hidden item, and that's gonna be in the next map. And ideally, we're hoping for something that is worth just a lot of goth, because we need that goth. So up here in the top right, you've got a number. That's our amount of money or goth in this game. And then below it, you have the day-night cycle, which is extremely important. With the sun at the top, that is high noon. Being the good guys that we are, we want it to be high noon because we're best at fighting at high noon. And then below that, we have the reputation meter. And so that governs what exactly?
Yeah. So it starts at 50. You'll see the yellow bar is about halfway and the black is about halfway. With a CRT, you could count 25 pixels total. You kind of roughly estimate it. And if you liberate with holy units and high alignment, you can build it up. You can get cities captured and bring it down, but it's used in several places. Some characters need at least 50 to recruit. Some need at least 60. And the best ending, it's a more complicated formula, but high reputation helps you. And there's 2 characters you need a very low reputation to recruit. And you know, some items you get from temples and cities, it's like based on your reputation. You get a good item to sell for more. Evil usually gets more higher priced items, so evil has some advantages.
Okay, so coming up here, we're gonna have our first and only revisit of a map in the run. We're gonna go run right back into Sharam. And the reason that we're coming back here, this is sort of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics where you could revisit maps and level up. You can do that in Ogre Battle. It's just kind of hard because you have to run around and hope for random battles with, you know, just sort of encounters that are out here. But the real purpose of revisiting is so that we can liberate.
Yay.
We can liberate a town and we'll get different outcomes based on revisiting. And this one is special for us because there is a merchant here that says, hey, you look poor, here's 30,000 goth. And we need that. We really need that goth. All the goth that we can get. So that's 30K goth. And we're gonna be using that to shop. We got several shops to visit throughout this run. I will say for the most part, you know, this is a speed run. The boss is going to send units at our base, and we're just gonna fly right around them. I mean, that's the idea. And coming up right here in these rocks, we get our second and final random item on the map that's hidden. And hopefully it's something good.
Yeah, there's 91 possibilities, and maybe 1/4 are good or very good.
All right, let's see what we got. A Sigmund, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so a Sigmund is really good. Oh, I got a bad spawn there. I'm gonna have to move over here. That Dull Mage actually moves straight up and would intercept my path. We don't want to run into enemy units. Okay, Sigmund. We might just be vendoring that. I mean, it's good to equip, but it's worth a ton. All right, so coming up on the Gilbert fight, you'll notice that so far, the bosses, so the boss is denoted in the bottom right as it has a little cross next to the number. Okay, that's how we know who the boss is. And the boss in the first 4 maps of the game is hittable. It's in the front row, or it's in front of its units, or it's alongside its units. As we move forward throughout the game, that just doesn't happen anymore. The boss is hiding behind under the units, and that's sort of the point that we need to start using those tarot cards.
Yeah, and if our unit dies, if Shrek dies, it's an instant game over.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. So we really can't have Shrek die. Okay, we got there, and Griffin lived. Griffin is kind of the Yoshi of this run, guys. We are riding Griffin to victory, but Griffin will die pretty often. So anytime Griffin actually lives through a fight, you should give him a hand. Yeah, good job, Griffin. And the real chef's kiss of Ogre Battle is Griffin killing a boss. That is extremely rare. So if Griffin kills a boss, we really need to give him a hand because he has earned it. All right, so coming up on Lake Genenia, this is the 4th map. This is probably the last of our easy-ish maps. This is, I would say, also the end of the tutorial maps. This is sort of your tutorial on the day-night cycle because the boss here is a werewolf. And so if you take too long to get to him, he will turn into a werewolf and just chew us apart. And so we don't want to do that. We got to get to the boss as soon as possible. I also need to aim very carefully in this town, and I think that I got it. Okay, I have to be in the very top left because there's going to be units coming from the right over here, and if they run into us, I'm going to have a really bad time. That means Mr. Werewolf, okay, we got it. Mr. Werewolf would turn into a werewolf, and yeah, we cannot take this card. And here's the boss, and he says, hey, why don't you join us? And we're like, no, that doesn't make any sense. We're the good guys. Why would we join you? All right, I'm going to buy 7 Sunshines. This is probably the most important item in the game other than the Joker. The Sunshine allows us to turn the time of day to high noon. And being the good guys that we are best at fighting at high noon, and so we're going to need those for later. Right now, we're getting here just at dusk, just before the werewolf turns, and he says, oh, hey, you're here? Could you just come back in a little bit? And we're like, nah, dude. I know what you're up to.
Like the scars on his helmet for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, wouldn't you come back after the moon's out, please?
Okay, we are in a bit of trouble here. Griffin is going down fast. I don't really have much I can use, and so if I'm in trouble of dying, which might happen, I'm going to have to run. Those Amazons are going to have 4 more shots. And I missed a bolt. This is bad. Come on. There we go. I need the bolts to go fast. We're out of here. One more shot and I'm dead. That was a bad one. I don't have any heals either in the cards. I only have one more shot here too. Let's revive that Griffin.
While we walk it back, can I give you a bit of love from your community?
Yeah.
I have a $25 donation from Crazar. Overjoyed to see Ogre Battle run at SGDQ for such a great cause, and so wonderful to see much of our little Ogre Battle community in one place. Hope old Miss Tan treats you well, Sheex. May you have bizarre luck with the cards, and may you not get boxered in on the level ups. I'll donate another $1 for every hit Miss Tan gets up to Endora. So make sure to keep him and Griffo Bro in line. Fight it out.
Come on, Griffin. Come on. Did you
Let's
see
go,
how
Griffin.
close I was to nighttime? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I wasn't sure you'd make it.
Don't miss. Oh no. Don't do this to me, guys. Okay.
All right.
Come on. One more. One more. Don't die, Green Wizard. Oh, you don't die either. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're alive. Oh. Yeah, so that's the fourth map. They only get worse after this. So, you know, there's that.
Don't forget to buy the items again. You had to revive and heal.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I will need to replace those later. Thank you. Yeah. I could pick some up in Shangri-La. Okay. So, yeah, now you see what Ogre Battle speedrunning is really about. It is about praying that the fights go well. So coming up on our fifth map here, which is Slums of Zenobia, Ogre Battle has a really good difficulty curve, and I would say that the fights just kind of progressively get harder throughout the run, except for this one. I feel like this one belongs like 10 maps later. It is so stinking hard. And so what we have here is we have Debonair hiding behind 2 red dragons, which we just cannot get around. And so what we do at this point in the run is we basically just throw most of our inventory of cards at Debonair to try and kill him. And that's what we're going to do here. Sigmund's 20k. Okay, I thought it was a little bit more. That's okay.
Yeah, I got you 10 jokers.
Yeah. Apparently I need them. And so the thing was, I could have used cards to help us out there. One, I didn't have a heal, which really hurt. Priestess and Empress heal. But 2, you can use damage cards, but the problem is we really don't want to kill bosses with damage cards because then we don't get the experience, and we desperately need experience in this game.
Yay.
Yay. Yes, thank you. Okay. So get through this fight, we're a little bit safer. Okay, so what did I use? Yeah, let's just get the jokers for now. I had used a revive, so I've still got 3 more, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna have to wait just a minute here. I waited deliberately so that we could hit dusk on this fight because this boss is really good at fighting in the daytime. You'll see that that is turning. And I've got to open these jokers and they better be good. That's a good one. We want Justice. We want Star. About 8 of the cards are just completely dead out of the 22. There's a Priestess. We really needed that. That's a heal. And I've got dead cards from the opener that I need to get rid of. I can only hold 14 cards. I'm tracking them on my laptop here so that I know which cards I have and which position they are in my inventory. And that's a Magician. That's great. I want as many of those as I can get. I'm going to replace the Moon, which does nothing. And then I need to replace the Sun with that Priestess. There we go. That's enough.
Yeah, and even though we're the holy side, the good side, this boss is very honorable. He's even more holy, so we don't want to fight him at high noon. It's much harder, like Sheex was saying.
Okay. Oh, I had left the levers in there. It's all right. Let's go ahead and throw this Hangman out. Hangman reduces the defense of enemies. This guy takes like no damage, and he's very hard to hit, so Hangman is a good start. If this Nightmare can land, which it did, I'm going to throw a Magician at him. That should hit really hard. Finally, we're going to do a Justice. This might kill him. It's not the end of the world if it does. I just need this boss dead, Okay, he's alive. That's good. So this is sort of like the Pokeballs in Pokemon. You want to get them low and then capture them. We want to get these bosses really low with the cards and then finish them off with our attacks. Griffin's at 1 health. Come on, get him. Yes! Griffin lives. And he gets a level. Let's go. I can't believe I lost. That's right, Debonair. Okay, that's a nerve-wracking. I know it didn't look like it, but that is actually a very nerve-wracking fight, mainly because, you know, in the last map, we were able to run and get back to the boss. But if we didn't kill Debonair there, if you run and try and get back to him, we lose our base. The game is over. And so you have to kill him during that fight. Not to mention, you know, he just trucks. I mean, he hits really hard. He hits for like 80. And so we would probably die on top of dealing with the, you know, not being able to run. All right, so coming up here, we have Island Avalon. We're gonna begin forming our party. And we're gonna go to a hidden town up here in the middle. Not very, I mean, that's not very hidden. Come on, it's in the middle of the map between 4 mountains. Do you think something is there? Yes, of course it is. Okay. So we're gonna begin forming our party. In this town, there's a unit called Aisha, and she is very important for our run. For one, she's just better than any of the units right now by far. But 2, she starts as a cleric, and we need her to be a cleric. Yay! You gotta remind me on those liberations. I'm too busy talking about other stuff. So we got Aisha. She said, "Hey, the guy at the boss here killed one of my parents, and I really want revenge on him." And so we're like, "Yeah, we'll help you get revenge." So she is a bloodthirsty cleric, and we're gonna get her in here with one of those grand summon items. And we're actually, even though cleric is not a very speed-running class, we're gonna leave her as a cleric for now, because I'm gonna cut right between these units. I'm gonna fight that wizard. And the reason I wanna fight that wizard is that he is surrounded by ghosts. Ghosts, you will see here, have 0 health. However, they die to clerics. And we can use that to level up. That's not the only time that we're gonna use it during this run. Okay, so ghosts normally dodge all attacks, except for holy weapons, holy damage, and for clerics' heals. All right, time for us to march up here. And I'm gonna open a few more cards. See what we get. Judgment. So Judgment is an amazing card. We need to keep that for the end of the game though. And so I'm gonna hold on to that as long as I possibly can without using it. I'm gonna take that Hermit too. That was perfect. Didn't even have to dig for cards.
Speaking of cards, I've got a challenge for you.
All right.
I've got a $25 donation from bizarreluck that says, "Good luck on the run. Glad to see this game at a GDQ. I'll donate some more if you can pull off a Diablo kill with the Griffin. Or drawing 6 Fool cards in under a minute. Whichever's more likely."
Oh man.
Right? It's a good challenge.
Yeah, that's a crazy challenge actually. That's sort of my dream. All right, so the Gary's fight is a little difficult. We might have to heal here. You can see that the boss has already chunked us and those dragons haven't even attacked yet. Oh, no, that's not enough. All right, I gotta heal. So those dragons are gonna act next and they would chew through the Griffin and then start tearing through our back line, and then Gary's would slice Warren in half, you know, when he gets his turn. And so we really don't want that to happen. These heals are really important to get to these fights. Oh no, Phantom didn't do enough damage. All right, Aisha has a 90% chance to hit here. There we go, got it. I actually knew that hit before the damage showed because the animation for a bolt, if it is slightly on the left of the unit or more so in the middle, you know that it hits. If it's slightly on the right, it is a miss. So the developers actually coded a way to tell if something's going to miss before the damage actually happens, which is nice for speedrunning and for planning.
So something that was done in there is Sheex was able to take Aisha and change her from being a cleric into
a Valkyrie.
And why is that important, Sheex?
Yeah, because now she bolts instead of heals. She was able to basically kill the boss by herself, which is huge. Okay, so we got a long walk. There's several long walks in Ogre battles, so if you guys want to get those donations in, now is a great time.
Hello.
Yeah.
I love that. Music to my ears. I've got a $50 donation from Wigtail that says, so excited to watch Ogre Battle from the audience at 4 a.m. This was such a unique game to discover as a kid and remains one of my very favorites. Good luck, Sheex.
Thank you.
I also have a $25 donation from Kill Hunt that says, set an alarm to watch my fellow Warcraft guildie Sheex speedrun this SNES classic. Liberate those towns fast so you can tank some more Mythic Plus dungeons and I can go back to sleep. Liberation!
Yay!
Just a reminder, chat, we do have an open incentive to unlock the Pride Pod skin. This is for Isopod, a webbed spin-off, which is coming up in a couple of hours. But this will unlock a rainbow Isopod. And who doesn't want that? We're about 26% of the way there. So when you do put in a donation, please assign it to one of our incentives or bid wars.
All right, so what you saw there was a random battle. We don't want those, obviously. That just slows down the run. We have to go in there and we have to run from the battle. There are a few that I can use to level, but we're not going to do it here. At least not right there. If it runs into my leader here, that would be great, and we can use it to level. So up here in the top left of the map is a Roshian Temple, where they just hand you the best weapon in the game. You know, this is like the, what? This is the 7th map? Yay! All right. I will take that Priestess. Now we can get rid of this Lovers. Now I have a full inventory of non-Dookie cards, so that's really good. Lover's not doing a whole lot. All right, we got the Brunhild. We are not going to equip that Brunhild yet. That is reserved for a future character. And so over here, ooh, I do not have the cards that I want for this fight. So I really want a Fool for this fight to make all of these mermaids run from Porcius, and I don't have that. So this might be a little difficult. And she's gonna do a lot of damage. So we're gonna have to heal through that, and we're gonna have to fight. That's a good start. We don't have a lot of accuracy here either. She is very dodgy. And so what I'm thinking I can do, you can throw damage cards at the boss. However, the damage card is split between all of the enemies there. And so my damage cards are not gonna do much. I've gotta start using them though. And you'll see here, this Hermit is probably only gonna do like 19 or 20 damage, whereas it would have done like 50 or 60 otherwise. And I'm just desperate for every little bit of damage I can get at the moment. Fool is the best card in the game because it makes all of the non-boss enemies run or disappear. And so we really need that to save a lot of time. It's just unfortunate that I haven't gotten any as of this point. And also, they just cast really slow, and you can avoid all of these animations by using a Fool. That's good. Okay, that's a miss. That is our final attack that could hit the boss. However, I have an Emperor, and what Emperor does is it grants everyone one more attack for the battle. I'd also really like Griffin to live. He's gonna get stabbed in the face with these pitchforks, or he's just gonna dodge. There you go, buddy. Okay. Phantom not doing much damage. There we go, there we go, come on. Warren?
All right.
Warren? Oh, yes. Okay. Whew.
Woo!
I knew this was going to be difficult. I just knew it was coming. Yeah, Fool makes that fight just infinitely easier because, you know, all of those mermaids are gone. The Griffin can hit the boss. The damage isn't split with the damage cards. We got there, we got there. You need about like 5 or 6 Fools for a record run, and we might get 0, which will make it very interesting to say the least.
But I like how you're an expert at backup strategies and backups on the backups.
Yeah, you got to have those.
You have to be with a game like this.
Yeah, this game is just so random. You have to know how to approach every boss. Okay, yeah, now is another great time for donations. This is a very long walk. We're pros at walking in Ogre battles, so if you got any, go for it. And I'll go ahead and open some cards here.
I Love puns. I hope you do too. I have $25 from Canapuns. It takes a debonair gentleman to speedrun a game at 3 a.m. While most people still sleep like rabbits in their warrens, you're up and burning Endora's plains to ashes. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to this. Now, go forth and seize your destiny.
Love it.
I have $25 from Z. My mom played this game repeatedly throughout my childhood. This is a special game to my brother and I. This game was so ahead of its time, truly a masterpiece. I've also got $50 from Sprockrocket. Good morning,
Thanks, Sprockrocket.
fellow Ogre battlers. Congratulations, Sheex, on getting to run this amazing game and represent our community at Games Done Quick. May all your tarot pulls be good ones. May Tristan land his attacks, and may Diablo's Quake roll for low damage.
Okay, well, you know, we're, that might happen.
I believe.
There's still a lot of randomness to happen between now and then. Okay, so this is what I would say the beginning of the degenerate part of the run, where the bosses just start doing way too much damage. And so you'll see here that Albelio is going to nuke us with a spell called Acid. And that Doll Mage in the back, Albelio, does 2 of those during the fight. And the general strategy on this fight, see that? That just completely chunks us into oblivion. If he casts that again, if we actually get to round 2, we're going to die. And so the strategy here is to throw as many damage cards as we can at Albelio in hopes of killing him quickly. And I don't know if I have enough. There we go. That bolt hit. That's really good. I'm going to throw Magician out. I hate to do that here, but Magician is a really good card for later in the run, but I am kind of desperate right now. Okay, I need to land both of these attacks, which is a what percentage chance? Oh, well, that answered that, I guess.
It's 60 or less. You're not getting higher than that.
Okay, I'm going to heal. This ass is going to chunk us again. Come on, guys. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I have to heal again. That dragon can actually kill me. Oh, come on. Ow. Oh, guys, come on. You can do it. I swear I know how to run this game. Oh, okay. One more. Okay, we're still going.
Great success.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh. All right. Still alive. All right, so coming up next, we have City of Milano. In City of Milano, we finished forming our party. And as I had mentioned in the last map, our strategies are starting to get a little degenerate. It gets really degenerate here, okay? So right there, the idea was to nuke down the boss. That did not work very well, and then I had to heal twice. Here, the idea is actually to use no cards and run from the boss until it works. And you'll see what I mean when we get there.
And the legend of Tristan or Mistin can be unveiled upon the world of ogres.
Oh, no. Don't do this to me, Tristan. I just can't handle it right now. It's already been bad. So Tristan is a unit that hits really, really hard, but his accuracy is low, and he damages himself when he hits, okay? He's going to have 1 attack per battle called Ayanuki. We're going to put him in the back row, and he's going to Ayanuki the boss in the face. However, if those Ayanukis miss and he only has 1 per battle, well, you can see where that is going. That doesn't go very well for us. So we're kind of all in on Tristan hitting his attacks, at least for the next 2 maps. 3 maps. A while. Revise my estimate there. We need Tristan to land his attacks for most of the run, actually. But it's really important here.
Yeah.
Yay. I'm glad the audience is remembering to yay. I'm forgetting it. All right. One of the reasons you're female here is Tristan says, "You're beautiful, Shrek, and I love you. I will join the rebellion."
Are they wrong?
No, definitely not. All right, so we're gonna do that little trick here where we deploy Tristan. Tristan will appear at our base way back there, and then we're going to grand summon him. If I can find it in my inventory, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and sunshine. I'm gonna open these jokers, and they're gonna be something good, right?
Right?
Right? Okay, yeah, we got a justice. The fortune does nothing, and I've already seen 2 of them. Don't do that to me. No, the moon is, that's not a card that I want. Okay, star is fine. I really could use some heals so that I'm not so nervous in these fights. There's 1, thank you. 2 more cards for my inventory. World is one of them, that's good. Could really use a fool. Oh my gosh, I just said it and it came into existence. Let's go.
Manifest it. Beautiful.
Really need those fools. Just having 1 of them is a huge help. So we're doing the process of getting Tristan into our party here and then moving to the boss.
It's like good unit editing.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. Thank you, Boxer. Okay, so Baron Apros is going to say a bunch of stuff, and believe it or not, that last boss that hit really hard with acid, this guy hits even harder, and he hits twice, and so he can hit the whole party for a ton of damage, and we're under-leveled, and Tristan's just going to fix that. There we go. There we go. Okay, he acted before the boss, which is huge. I'm not getting nuked into oblivion here. So we're just going to run and do that again, right?
Yeah, Tristan is
right?
less than 50% outspeed, so those are already pretty good.
Yeah. So less than 50% to outspeed, and then what's the accuracy on the attack? Maybe 80?
Yeah, it's 70?
70, yeah. So yeah, that was really lucky. Okay, come on. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We had a perfect fight. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Tristan. Tristan's going to cooperate today. I can feel it, guys.
I like to imagine he's like betting against us sometimes. Going to sandbag us down.
Yeah, so the important part there is I saved my entire inventory of cards. It's very rare to actually be able to kill a boss with nothing, no help, especially at this point. So we were able to pull it off there, so that's great. Okay.
Yeah,
all right, Shrek is moving forward to Shangri-La, which is our first floating city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the music here. It is just beautiful. All right, so I moved Tristan to the front so we can do a leveling fight here. And then I'm going to take a town so that we can shop. Did I use an all heal earlier?
No,
No.
you used
No?
2 heals and a revive.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Okay, so we're gonna go up here after we bought those jokers, right up here into the blue. You can actually fight enemies in the blue, right?
Yeah, in the sky, yeah.
And what's the backdrop when you do that? Is it?
It looks like a sky. It's like blue clouds. It's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that here.
No, we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do is we are waiting for a unit to come out of here that looks like a ninja, and we're going to intercept him. And he's going to help us catch up on these levels because we are sorely behind, as you can tell. The boss is just like two-shotting us. Okay, not the wizard. We want the next guy. What?
Well, we get
What?
to see it.
What? I've never seen that. I've never seen that. That's never happened. I said the thing. I did it. That has never happened.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen that neutral encounter. What?
Two of them?
What is going on? What? That is a different guy? Oh my goodness. Okay.
That summer game's done quick.
All right. So Tristan is going to take out these ghosts one at a time. And we are so far behind on levels. Just killing one ghost at a time, that's going to level us. You cannot gain more than one level at once. And so, yeah, we're just going to run right back at him. We're going to do it again.
Gain some more.
Yeah. There we go. I do have an extra sunshine, correct? Yeah, because I had the Sigmund. There we go. That's another ghost down. Now, this ninja should inexplicably freeze. If he doesn't, I'm going to have to ignore this last leveling fight. He froze. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sunshine here.
I have a $256 donation. Hello? From Moradin that says, ooh, an Ogre Battle Run. One of my favorite games on the SNES era.
Okay. So we need to get Tristan in the back row again so that he can fight this boss. Hopefully the same way we did the last boss. Hopefully. It's just going to work. Remember Gary's? Well, you know, if you were paying close attention, he said he was immortal and he meant it. This is Gary's too.
But he changed his cape.
Yeah. That is exactly one. We have an Ayanuki before the boss again?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Tristan does not want to live up to his nickname of Miston.
Yeah. We've got a lot more fights to go. There you go, buddy. Oh, okay, that's fine. We went before the boss. I can't run too many times because they will get to my base. When we get to the base, we get a game over. Also, this boss will eventually decide to start nuking me like so. Okay, hopefully we don't have to heal. Okay, I'm gonna let the bolt go off, and then we're gonna come back. That was not good. This is not going well. That's 2 misses. Do I want a priestess or all heal? I think I want a priestess. That'll save some time. So yeah, this is sort of our warning that they are getting close to the base because they took that town that we took. They are marching right down there.
And that's 5 loss of reputation but we don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need reputation.
You know, you get punished for cities getting recaptured.
Yeah. They're too excited when we take a town anyway. We want those mellow yays. Yay. That's what we want. Less reputation. All right, come on, Tristan. Come on. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Oh, sometimes you just have to beg them.
It is interesting to note with your reputation, if it's low enough, you can be a bad guy in this game. You can have really dark units that you can recruit and be able to take over different cities. And like Sheex said, you're going to get booed.
Yeah, so and the interesting thing about being bad is that you get different unit paths, like for upgrades, right? You got, I don't even know examples of those anymore. I haven't played the game casually in so long. What are they, Boxer?
The mage line up to Lich is, you can argue the best class up there with Princess, and Ninja Master is fun class. It's, you know, better hit and dodge rates, better survivability, because you can go first and hit and run and beat out the slower units.
Hey, Talia, guess what?
Oh no.
We got a long walk.
Yes. Okay, amazing. I've got some long donations. Apparently, Ogre fans are very verbose, which I wasn't expecting.
I love it.
I've got $25 from Godsocks. Ogre Battle MOTBQ is my favorite game of all time. I've been staying up with cat naps and tea to see a game I never thought could be on GDQ make it to the big stage. I can't wait to see how the runner will pull it off.
Me either. This game is so unfair.
My father's favorite Christmas memory was finding a copy of this gem for me on the clearance rack of an old Sun computer store after 6 months of searching back in the pre-internet shopping of '95. I feel old now. Natsuko Hiragi sends $50 and says, "Hello, night crowd," or morning crowd. How comes that I never had Ogre Battle on my radar? I'll definitely try it out. Greetings from Germany, heart. Hello, Germany. Good morning. I hope it's morning. Delphi has sent in $150.
Wow.
Wow, thank you. Hi from the back couch. Hi, back couch. Late Runners represents. Good luck, Sheex. You're going to crush it. You've worked so hard to get here, both in your years of running and arduous travel, but here you are, and I'm so happy for you. May the jokers be in your favor, and Miss Tan not to be a menace.
Thank you, Delphi. All right, so coming up here, we've got the brothers. I call them the brothers. This is Polydeuces and Castor, or Pollux and Castor. And guess what? They hit really hard.
And you can't fool them. The other one is flagged as boss.
Yeah, so they're technically both bosses. You only have to kill one of them, though, with the one with the cross. And we're going to try and kill him really fast. That's the goal here. Tristan has to cooperate. Oh, that is great. That is a kick to the Griffin's face. That is the best possible RNG that we could have. Come on, Tristan. Come on. Please. Oh, yes. Okay. That fight is actually really nerve-wracking. You didn't get to see it there, but that guy, the red-haired guy, has an attack that hits everyone for like over 100 damage. And he can do it multiple times. Okay, so we got through Alamut. That's good.
And the chicken lives.
And the chicken lives. That Griffin is doing some work in this run, actually. Okay, so I have one fool. This is the portion of the run where we need a lot of fools. And so these fights might get a little difficult. I'm definitely going to use one of the fools here. This is Dalmud Desert, and so there's a ninja here named Prochon. He is surrounded by a bunch of other ninjas, and if we let that fight just kind of continue uninhibited, we will definitely die. I'm sure that's no surprise at this point.
Yeah, and they're on tactics too. They're on leader tactic here, and that's the worst one for us. You know, it's instant game over.
I'm going to go ahead and make Aisha a muse. We're promoting her a class. We're not going to promote that Griffin. It actually slows us down, sadly. He promotes into a cockatrice, and that gives him petrify attacks, but those are just really slow animations. We don't want that.
He is very pretty, though. He turns white.
Yes, he turns white, and he is very pretty indeed. And so, yeah, we turned Aisha into a muse, which makes her bolt attack into thunder, and that allows her to hit all units, which is going to be pretty useful for us, especially after this map, because I'm probably not going to have another fool. And you're going to get to see what fool does here, finally. Long story short, it makes the game a lot easier. Definitely the best card that there is.
And it's not that he can't sunshine here, but there's more higher priorities for the few that he has.
Right, yeah. We're going to want to sunshine later. Like I said, this just keeps getting harder and harder. All right, so we used a fool. All those guys are going to disappear except for the boss. The boss is going to nuke the heck out of us, which, you know, we've come to expect. And then we're going to star, and star is going to increase Tristan's agility by 50, which increases his accuracy by about 20%. That's good. So we landed the first hit. I do not have an Emperor here, so this is going to be a little nerve-wracking.
Something to note is that Fool doesn't kill all of the other ninjas that are around him. So if Sheex has to run, they're going to be there again.
Yeah, they will be back. You can see that their health bars are still full. So we want to kill him here. I made sure that we got a kill. I used another star stack. And so, and I'm glad I did. That would have been a very nerve-wracking last hit. But yeah, we brought Tristan up to 100% accuracy there.
Chicken lives.
Chicken is probably not going to live through the next fight. He's going to have to be in the front.
All right, Sheex, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is the prettiest art in this game for any of the tarot cards, in your opinion?
Definitely Star. The one that we just used. She's got like the multicolored hair and the star. I mean, there's all of the art in this game is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, that Star card is definitely the best, I think.
And I just like it's Aquarius with the water and the pictures.
Yeah.
I've always liked Temperance. I just love how it's really pretty and balanced.
Yeah. All right, so this is our last chance at taking towns, crowd, so get your yays ready. So we're actually going to be taking 3 towns here. We're going to use our other high sky unit that we haven't used in a little while, and they're going to go grab this hidden town right about there. That hidden town is going to give us a weapon called the Fafnir. And so the idea, I guess from the developers, was that, hey, take this Fafnir and you're going to equip it. You're going to fight the next boss, the boss after this map, because he's weak against that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to take the weapon and we're going to sell it. We're just going to vendor it right in front of them. We're like, hey, thanks. Thanks for the money. Because this thing is worth a lot. It's worth more goth than what we even have right now. And then right after that, we're going to shop.
Yay.
I've got a donation for this if you'd like it.
Yeah, go for it.
Costa Rican sends $15 and says, yay. Verily, yay.
All right, Fafnir selling for 70-something thousand goth. I still should be good on my healing items.
Yay.
Yes, I'm gonna take that world. That's really weird. And guess what we're gonna spend it on? 70 jokers. If I have to open all of those jokers, I'm gonna be very sad.
And ideally, you want 2 worlds, but as a backup strategy, he really wants a 3rd now. That's why he kept it.
Yeah, it's a backup strategy because I don't have a fool. I'm gonna have to fight these bosses honestly, more than likely.
Yeah.
That's our last yay of the run, guys.
Boo.
All right, so we came to this town because they're gonna give us yet another sword. We're actually gonna equip this one. It's called the Nodos. It is a lightning weapon, is that correct?
Lightning, yeah.
Privia here is weak to lightning weapons. The next 2 bosses are pretty strong against Holy, so we want to take that Brunhild off, and we're going to put on the Nodos.
You can come across Nodos out in the wild as one of the random items that can be found. But we don't want to take that chance, so we definitely wanted to be able to come in, nice, and pick it up in town here.
Oh my gosh, that was huge. Okay, so I can actually fool in this fight, which changes a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Here we go.
Okay.
What was that donation again?
Oh.
6 fools?
I don't even need that world
6
anymore. That was safety because I knew I wasn't going to pull multiple fools right there, and then I did. I will take the sun, yeah. And the hangman. I'm going to go ahead and replace this world too. Death is kind of a useful card, but oh, okay, I'll take that. Like I said, generally we'll take as many fools as the game will give us. All right, I got rid of a world. And we're going to have to nuke Privia down, I think. I don't have a star or anything that I normally want here. We'll see. We might just hit our attacks, right? That can happen. Come on. I'm going to go ahead and Hangman. Privia's got a lot of defense. If Tristan misses this attack... Oh, there you go, buddy. Okay. Come on, Thunder.
And like the purple slash
Yes.
means the thunder attack, and you saw green for the white.
Okay, we actually don't want this to go to round 3 because Privia is going to cast a meteor, which is probably going to kill Tristan. It will kill Tristan. Oh, that was bad. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you're going to die. That's what we're going to do. That might not do 99, actually. Oh, I did. Ooh. Okay.
Didn't get the level there, but that's okay.
Yeah. Shrek, my mother. Oh, I love it.
Oh, Shrek, please take this armband.
Yeah, and you need the armband for the best ending, but that's of no concern. He just wants to waste our time and give us this band to wear.
Now, certain items are very important in the 100% run. For example, you have to be able to get the crown to be able to have the princess. But in any percent, we really don't have to worry too much about that.
Yeah,
we do
don't
have
need that
specific
armband.
items, but they're mainly just the swords and things like that that we have to watch for.
Okay, so we have a long walk here in the city of Xanadu. I think this is probably our last and best time for donations if you got some more.
Hello there. I do. I have a fun fact from your community, you know. Krayzar has sent in $14 and says, so there's dragoons on these floaty islands, and they're really, really cool. But we're passing them by right now, chat. Wave bye to the dragoons, chat. Bye, dragoons. I've also got $20 from Worst. $1 for each of your wins in your recent Scrabble tournament victory. Going straight from that into speedrunning at SGDQ is a pretty cool few days. Congrats and good luck on the run.
Thank you, Chris.
Little known fact, Sheex actually does competitive Scrabble.
Yeah, I came straight here from a competitive Scrabble tournament in New York.
Can you be any cooler?
He has also been to the Pro Tour for Magic the Gathering. So I guess your answer is yes.
Amazing. Nemo2342 sends $25 and says, it's 1 a.m. in Alaska and I'm putting my money behind Shrek. And I feel like, yes, I also am putting my money behind Shrek. Shrek's doing great.
Okay, so we're coming up here on General Hickash. I fortunately have a Fool, so this fight would be pretty nasty without a Fool because Hickash is guarded by 4 Muses. And as you know, Muses do this AoE, gosh, this is bad, do this AoE Thunder attack, which, yeah, sort of wipes out our party. There we go, the Devil's useful. So what I'm trying to do here is get some damage that's useful for this boss. Temperance doesn't do anything. I'm going to pass on the Priestess. Gosh, we're just getting nothing. Okay, I might reset the RNG. Oh, no, there we go. You can reset the RNG here, these little pools of cards, by sort of moving a little bit on the map or using an item. And so I could have moved just a few little pixels there to try and reopen these, but it's good enough. All right, Hangman's good. Now let's go. Yeah, we always have these ideas of how the fights are going to go, and you can map out the cards that you want to use, and then you actually run the game, and you never get those cards. And so you just have to work with what you get.
It's part of what makes this game just so much fun and so much fun to be able to see.
It's very much a strategist speed run. All right, so next we're going to Hangman to lower his defense. And then I've got 2 Devils here that we might not need. However, I need to use them. Oh, well.
Yeah, nobody else is going to be weak to them. So
yeah, nobody else is going to be weak to that card. So it needs to get out of my inventory at the very least. But yeah, he is weak to Devil. And Tristan missed his first attack anyways. And so we're going to throw these Devils at him. And hopefully we don't need to use any more cards. Come on. Oh, yeah. Guys. I have been banking 4 judgments for most of this run. And there is a reason for that. I really don't want to use them, especially getting towards the end here. The last boss is very weak to judgment. It's our #1 way to take care of that boss. Okay, so we finished round 1. We have 2 more attacks. They both need to hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Tristan? 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 Okay, and we cannot run from this fight. We will lose the base. So I have to kill him with a card. And we will not get the level again. Hey, I got a level. So yeah, 50% of the experience goes to the leader there if you kill the boss with a card, but nobody else gets any. Boxer told me that earlier. I literally just learned that. I mean, I thought it was just like some arbitrary reduced amount of experience, but apparently it's 50%.
Yeah, we are still learning just so much about this game, and the community is doing a really good job diving into it. Boxer is a perfect example of that. Even just in this last year, more information has been found inside of the game itself, which is fantastic to be able to see.
All right, coming up here in Zetagenia. Look at that, it says the thing. Scene 15, Ogre Battle. We are going to fight the Black Queen here. We're gonna march right up to her. So this is definitely the last map then, right?
Right?
Right? It's gotta be the last map.
I feel like I'm having trust issues with this.
Don't forget. Equip the Brunhild, you fool.
Sometimes Sheex sings little songs that align with the music, so he does not forget what to be able to do. And in this case, it's Brunhild.
Equip that Brunhild right now. So yeah, if I forget to equip the Brunhild on Tristan, which I have done multiple times, this goes really, really poorly because 1, we have a leveling fight against Ghost where he will just miss his attacks, and then 2, the boss is very weak to holy damage. All right, and we desperately need these leveling fights because we have missed some levels. So we're going to intercept this wizard, these ghosts here, just one ghost at a time, is going to give us all a level because we are really far behind where the developers expected us to be right now. That's for sure. Look at that. Thanks, ghosts.
That's a big ghost.
You'll notice that I pause. The reason that I pause, one, is to make sure that nothing on the map moves. But two, it actually saves time as opposed to just going and grabbing the unit because a little dialogue box pops up and says that you have finished moving, and it's really slow to try and advance that box. Okay, I got a bad unit spawn here. I'm gonna have to do a dance. Come on. I gotta squeeze right between that ninja and that muse. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, we got it. All right, I'm gonna open some cards here in the sunshine. I'm hoping for a star. Could really use that. I don't need the sun anymore. And we need some damage. Oh,
hey.
There it is. Easy. And an emperor, that's good. I'm gonna pass on that hangman. We can still use the hangman, but I'm looking for some better cards. Hermit's fine. I do not need another world. I've already got 2. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and Sunshine to reset that RNG and sort of refresh our Joker pool. And it's now giving me worse cards, which is neat. Oh boy. All right, yeah, these are just not useful to me right now. Fortune does nothing. I shouldn't say it does nothing. That's a little harsh. What does Fortune actually do, Boxer?
It forces the enemy to retreat.
Okay, yeah, which does not work on bosses. So yeah,
Yeah, it does.
yeah, we're just fighting bosses. Oh my gosh, this is bad.
Is
You know, I
Fortune,
said that I would cry if I had to open 70 Jokers. I didn't mean it. I hope.
is Fortune not the $100 from Anonymous that just sent it to us? Because I feel like it is. Thank you, Anonymous.
I actually took that Fool there. It's going to replace the Sun so that we don't have to take damage. Wow. Okay. No, I got to keep going. I have to. I cannot fight Endora right now. Come on. Okay, Chariot. That's something.
And we have some evidence that the item slot of the Joker affects what cards you pull as well.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of bounced around the Jokers there. I do not need that Fool anymore. Give me something to replace Sun, please. Hangman doesn't even do much against her because she's so weak already to the attacks that we have. It reduces her defenses, but not by as much as it normally would. Okay, one more shot. I just need one card that does something. Think you can do that? Game? Okay, there we go. Star's good enough. Okay. Let's get rid of that Sun, and then we are good to fight the Black Queen. Fun fact, if you do this run on 100%, she asks you to join her, and if you say yes, you'll just lose your unit and lose the game. I've done that. It feels really bad, actually. Oh, no. I forgot the world. It's okay.
It's okay.
That's just one hit.
Everything else is walled.
Yeah, now everyone got to see how hard this boss actually hits. Okay, that's a miss. I deserve that because I should have whirled and starred before he attacked. You punished me, Tristan. Okay, thunder hitting is really good. So the nice thing about World here against Empress Endora is that it's going to blank all of their attacks, and she will sit here and cast spells in vain just about forever trying to kill us now. Wow, the Phantom hit. Let's go. I feel a Griffin kill coming. I'd have to Emperor to do it, but I feel it. Okay, that moves them out of the way. This is our last attack of the battle, so I'm going to Emperor. And she's definitely not done. If we would sit here, she would just keep casting spells at us for a while. Okay, I need... Oh, that's good. Come on, Gale. All right, I need either this Thunder or this melee to land. Thunder might not be lethal. Okay, it missed anyways. There we go. Okay, very last attack there. The Empress is down. The Black Queen has died, so the game is over, right?
Well, it certainly looks that way.
Right.
Hey, Sheex, I thought you said that this was over.
Yeah,
Why?
and we're getting goth. I don't know what's going on. Why are they giving us money? All right, Shrek. Oh, it looks like we got one more map over here in the swamp. This is where you belong. The Black
That's
God.
foreboding.
Okay, so as I do the final walk here to the last boss, I've got some shout outs. I want to shout out to the Ogre Battle community, Green Bomber, Spock Rocket, a few we've already heard from, Crazar, Boxer, Dragon Dart, who originally put the work in for this run to make it all possible, and Bizarre Luck. With our combined efforts, I'm proud to say that over 7 years of speedrunning this game, we've taken the record from 1 hour and 3 minutes to, I can't remember what it was, 56:58, which is just incredible. I would never have thought that that was remotely possible for this run.
And it's not the limit.
And it is not the limit. Yeah, that could easily, I shouldn't say easily, that could in theory go down by another minute. Actually, in theory, Ogre Battle could go down by a lot. But anyways, just a few more shout outs. One to my wife, Greystone on the couch, who has been there with me throughout these 6 or 7 years of running and helping me out with the runs. I love you, sweetie, thank you. And then finally, shout out to my 2 little girls at home, Celeste and Tara. I love you very much, and I hope that one day when you're watching this run, hopefully in the future, in the near future, that you will love speedrunning as much as everyone here. All right, so we are coming up on a boss rush right at the end.
Yeah.
Any good game has a boss rush at the end. Man, this is a mess. And I need some cards. Wow, this is just nothing. Let's try up here. There we go. Okay, Magician, that's something. 2 more cards. Yes, Judgment, that's great. 1 more. Devil's not gonna work. Star will do. All right. So we have a full set of cards to fight the little boss rush at the end. Aisha gets to say, hey, you killed my father, prepared to die, or something like that. I am Aisha, you killed my father, prepared to die. This is Gary's 3. And he is kind of dinged up at this point, and so we should be able to kill him without any cards. He's doing his same old tricks. There we go. 1 more melee from Tristan should do it. One more melee from Tristan should do it. Oh, come on. Oh.
Yeah.
That was the last attack of the fight, as usual. And now, who's been pulling the strings behind the scenes? That is Mage Rashidi, sort of like the Jafar of this game.
If we didn't skip half the stages, you would have learned.
I don't have an
more
all
about
heal. I thought I had all heals. Did I forget to buy the all heals? Yeah, they're not there. Okay. We're gonna make it work. All right, Shrek. So the good news is we have a world, which is gonna block most of Rashidi's attacks. We're just gonna hope he doesn't do the ones that really hurt and hit us. Yeah, I forgot to buy those all heals. They were in, wow, he acted early. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna fool these guys out of the way. I forgot to buy them. I'm supposed to buy them in Shangri-La or Fort Shulamana. I forgot twice. It's all right. We're gonna make it work. Yeah, that thunder is a brick. That's good. We really don't want to see Life Suck or Gale, because that will hit us through the world.
Yeah, like Endora had a Gale, but it was Intelligent Gale, and Rashidi has Strength Gale, so it defeats World.
And I'm using a lot of damage cards here. 1, because Rashidi is a hard fight. You can see that he has a ton of health, but 2, these cards don't do any damage to the actual last boss. Who is waiting on us?
In fact, you can see him right now.
He is hiding in the background.
It looks a bit like an ogre.
I'm going to go ahead and Priestess here because I forgot to buy my healing items. And I might have to open cards for a while to try and get a heal before the final boss. There we go. Good job, buddy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and star for you again.
To lock it in 100%.
Yeah, we are locking in this last attack. I really need it. Yes, Jihad. Okay, so we managed to avoid all of the attacks that we were worried about. Rashidi's going to go down. The guy that was really pulling the strings behind the whole evilness going on here. However, like any good old SNES game, just kidding, the last boss is actually Diablo. We're just going to open a portal to hell right here and you have to fight him. All right, I'm looking for a heal. There it is. Okay, so I got an Empress. We are ready to go. Well, just about. I need to get Tristan in the back row.
And it's not just like aesthetic that it's dark. It forces the time at midnight. So
Yes.
it's best for him and worse for our holy army.
And it will not let us sunshine even if we have it.
Now, Sheex has to be able to get this heal off because if Diablo uses Quake, it's game over.
I have 202 health.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna game over. Okay. I have a plan. All right, he can't Quake right here, but he can Quake after this. This should be an Ayanuki. I'm gonna heal right now. We're gonna switch to strong and take less damage. And if that is a Quake, I should live through it. Oh boy. Okay, it's not a Quake.
21.
Okay. Yeah, Quake hits for nearly 200 damage. And we do not want to get one shot right now. Okay. All right, time is going to be up here when Diablo groans. Time. Got in under the estimate, just barely. Woo! That was brutal, I'm gonna be honest with you, but we got there.
Last card, Hangman.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, that was Ogre Battle. Thank you so much for having us.